Good afternoon, students. I, Vidyasagar, welcome you all in the e-learning class of Modern International School. So, I am going to start subject SPL of Standard 8, and this is my third video lecture on this topic, Understanding Secularism. Dear students, as we have discussed that how the state is separated from dominating their power in the religions. And now the third point which we are going to discuss today, that how a state is also separated about uh, intervening in the religion of a particular person. Now sometimes it also used to be seen that those upper caste in between the same caste, those who used to consider themselves as upper caste, and those peoples who are just known as their lower caste, they usually used to dominate them, because this is happens because these peoples, they are not properly aware about the constitution. But as we know that in the constitution it is mentioned that all the peoples, whether they are considered to be as upper caste or they are considered as lower caste, both having the same rights which have been given by the constitution. And if these things are happen, then it is punishable according to the law. As we can also say that a state that is intervening in the religions or the social practices it believes discriminates and exclude that violate the fundamental rights because of the lower caste who are also citizen of the country. It means sometime we ever used to see that about the untouchability, the higher caste which also told the lower caste that you are untouchables and you are not supposed to touch us, because as the constitution mention that all the peoples they are equal to us, then there is no any criteria that the upper caste peoples and the lower caste peoples there should be any differentiation between them. But the peoples they used to do this as the constitution mention that both having the equal rights. As we can also say that our constitution it also grants the right to the religious community to set up their own school and college, and also give them their financial support. It means, see the how the constitutional remedies of our Indian constitution which have been given to just prefer the different religions, not a particular religion is preferred all the time. It is referred because all the religion they are considered equal in the democratic country. And in some of the Indian secularism, how it is different from the other democratic countries, like we used to take the example of the US. In the US constitution they used to prohibit, it means they used to stop the legislature for making the laws respecting and establishment of religion or prohibit the free exercise of religion. This means that the US constitution which make the provision that you cannot express or give the support to a particular religion, whether it may be the Christianity or they are not supporting the Hinduism or the Muslims. These should not be taken place there, because the constitution which have been made it is equal for all, and they should neither given the preference to the one and only particular religion, because being a democratic and being a social, the country and their constitution do not have any right that they could give a support to a particular religion. And the one of the significant way in which the Indian secularism differs from the dominant understanding secular as practiced in USA, United States of America, because the strict separation of the religion and state in American secularism, the state can intervene in religious affairs. Means to say that the Indian constitution which have been made, they also can intervene, you can say interfere, they make the interference between the religions. Because sometimes it happens, the situation it happens like that, the law they have to interfere in the mid of the religious aspects, because sometimes the religious aspects they not seems to be solved itself. Like the one of the social evils in the Hinduism was about the untouchability. So we can see here that how the untouchability was abolished with the help of the constitutional remedies, with the help of the constitutional rules and regulation. And how? Because it was not good at any cost to any of the persons in the same religion, in the same caste, whether they are considered themselves as the upper caste or as the lower caste. Like the untouchability, dear students, untouchability, it means it was the practice, it was the belief in which the lower caste they were not supposed to touch the higher caste. This was known as the untouchability. It means in Hindi we can say it chhuachut. Now we also used to say that the state is not strictly separate from the religions, as it does maintain a principled distance between the religions. It means if in our Indian constitution it is mentioned that a state, if it is required, then a state can interfere in the mid of the religions, because some of the aspects is as like the religions disputes they are not going to set up itself. Like the judgment which state should giving, that it should be behaving according to the secular principle or not. It means how a religion does it following the secularism or not. As the Indian state is secular and work for various ways to prevent the religious domination. Religious domination, it means if a person, if a particular person of or if a particular communities they are in a majority, it means they are not supposed to depress the other minority religious peoples, whether the state power is in the majorities people's hand. So they are not supposed to suppress them, as it only happens because we could say that these are also prevented in the constitution. Now we could say that there should also no any violence should also be happen in the society on the basis of the religion activity, and the constitutional mechanism also prevent them from happening this, as we should have the knowledge of such rights that how it could be stops and from their violation. Like and like if we will know about the rights to violate it, then we could also take the proper action against it. Now an example is given here about the non-secularism in France 2004. There school children who used to wear the headgears, the headscarves and jewel sculpts cap. You will read further in standard 9 that Jewish skull cap. Then these types of caps they used to wear in the schools, but a law which was passed by the France, they stopped it, and it was also happened that they have removed those children from the schools. Do you think that this was a secular, this this law was showing the secularism regarding the citizens of the France, whether they were the immigrants? Immigrants are those peoples who come from the other countries to the another countries in search of their food or better standard of life. Whether the different French colonies, being they were here because they were the French colony. This means France, they have um, uh, occupied those countries through their power, and these countries were the Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco, which is the African countries. And now they are preventing their migrants to wear some of their traditional scarves. What it mean? Then what was happened that immigrants, they faced shortage of the worker, the France, which have thrown them, and they further they threw it out. And what was happened that France was facing the shortage. Then again they brought those peoples from their own places. And further what was happened that when their girls, they were going to school wearing the headscarves, you headscarves you have seen the headscarves. Then what was happened that those in those French school, they were being removed from their schools. See, dear students, whether these type of activities used to be happen in our countries? No, not at all, because we are just following our secularism. And any of particular religion, whatever they are wearing, whatever they are eating, we did not used to interfere it. So being an Indian citizen and being a citizen of secular country, we should also follow toward our constitution, as we should also spread the brotherhood among all the religions. Okay, dear students, read the paragraph and keep watching. Thank you.